Welcome into the Steelers Talk live show. I'm your host, Jack Sperry. Thank you to all the real ones tuning in at the beginning of today's live program. We got a bunch of Steelers content coming your way. Last week, we wrapped up mandatory minicamp, and now we get into the period of the offseason here where now the Steelers could be looking for another wide receiver. There's been some reports that they're looking for a new cornerback. Now it's about putting the finishing touches on the Steelers offseason as we get ready for Latrobe at the end of July. Welcome into the show, guys. We got a bunch of great stuff coming your way on the show here. Our first segment, the latest Steelers news and rumors. We'll talk a little bit about the TJ Watt contract situation today, as well as some other news and rumors items. Then we'll get into my post-minicamp breakout candidates. Most of them first and second year, some third-year players that I think, based on their performance at OTAs and at mandatory minicamp, could have breakout seasons this year for the black and gold. And then, of course, our Madden simulated season continues today. Week 8, Steelers versus Packers on Sunday Night Football in Pittsburgh. It is Aaron Rodgers' revenge game versus Jordan Love and the Cheeseheads. So make sure you guys stick around to the end of today's show for that Madden simulation. But I do want to give a little bit of a shout out here to my lovely girlfriend, Cassie Voth. A lot of you guys know who Cassie is down there in the chat. It was her birthday yesterday, so I want to give her a special birthday shout out to kick off today's show. And make sure you guys spam those HBDs down there in the comments section if you haven't already, to wish Cassie a happy birthday. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Coop, how you doing this week, man? We're back in our brand new studio here. We had a little bit of an issue last week, but
we're all good.
But we're back home, baby. We're back home.
Back home. Good to be here. A little bit of a dead period here with no Steelers football activities for the next month or so.
Yeah, but
there's stuff to talk about.
Especially for as dead periods go. Like, there are some teams in this league that, like, their rosters are set. They're not looking to add any more pieces before training camp. They're done. You know, it's just pretty much boring for the next month and a half. That's not the case for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They still need to add another wide receiver. They could add another cornerback. They could extend TJ Watt. There's still plenty to talk about in Steelers Nation here over this next month and a half as we get ready for Latrobe. Speaking of Latrobe, I will be in Pittsburgh for the first weekend of practices starting on July 24th. I will be there for Aaron Rodgers' first practice. Training camp practice as a Pittsburgh Steeler, so that will be a lot of fun. So if you want to come say hi, I believe Cassie will be coming with me as well again this year. So if you want to come say hi to me and Cassie during Latrobe, you guys can plan your schedules accordingly. We'll be there that first weekend.
Drinks on you.
Drinks on me, absolutely. Yes, get some lemonades there. There with the little vendors they got there. Coop's never been to Latrobe, so he doesn't understand the setup. But it's a nice little setup.
What's your go-to, a cherry Coke?
I don't know. Usually, if I can get a pina colada on vacation, I do that. But I couldn't find a pina colada at Latrobe last year. They probably don't have them. Even though it'd be a great addition, if any of you are vendors out there going to Latrobe this year, bring a pina colada. I will be your number one customer. But today, if you guys want to send in some money, some donations, we greatly appreciate it. If you want to send Cassie a birthday Venmo or donation, you guys are more than free to do that. $5 raffle tickets. We're going to be giving away a Steelers Talk hat. We've already given away a couple what is it now? Almost 50 hats we've already given away here. So if you guys want a chance to win a hat today, we have to make $50 on the stream today to be able to give one away. But $5 gets you a raffle ticket. $10 gets you 3 raffle tickets. $20 gets you 10 tickets, and you get your name on the Steelers Talk Gong right here. We've already got quite a few names on there.
And by the way, we did sign a bunch of them last weekend, and if you have a hat that is coming to you, trust it is coming to you.
It is coming to you very, very soon. $50 if you don't want to deal with the raffle. You just want to buy one of these Steelers Talk hats. Our bosses have set the prices of the hat at $50. I know that's quite a bit, but it helps out a small channel like ours, and We greatly appreciate your guys' support. And if we can get to 250 total in donations today, we will bang the gong once again for another live show. But if you guys want to send in your donations via Venmo, actually cross out the Cash App. Right now, my Cash App is being a bit wonky. It's wanting me to set up a business account. I still have to talk with my bosses about that. But Venmo and PayPal are still open at Jack-Sperry on Venmo or at Captain Jackrabbit on PayPal. Greatly appreciate your guys' support. And I'll let you guys know this. I will double your raffle tickets today if you send in a Venmo or PayPal. So just keep that in mind. $2 from Clack says Sellers and Nick Harbor round 1 and round 2 next year. Clack, just get me to 2025, man. Listen, I'm excited. I'm as much of a draft nerd as anybody else. Trust me, I'm already doing my preseason work on a lot of college players around the country, especially the quarterbacks. With the Steelers likely to take a quarterback next year. And I would love Sellers in round 1. But there's a chance that with his physical talent, he's not even going to be there for the Steelers. So with not knowing how this season's going to play out, I wouldn't really get into predictions as to what the Steelers are going to do.
Lenoris has a chance to be the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, he does. He's got a chance to win the Heisman Trophy. Yep. Like, he has a chance to be this year's version of, like, Jaden Daniels, Cam Newton, where they come out of nowhere and they're just unbelievable and they're great physical talent. Sellers has the chance to do that. But yeah, I think Sellers is certainly in the possibility. But I think if the Steelers are going to get him, he's going to have not a great season, Coop, because he's going to have to be in that category of, he didn't have a good enough season to go top 10, but he's still like super physically gifted, kind of like a lottery ticket first round kind of guy.
They're going to fall in love with the traits.
But if Sellers has a great season, the Steelers are not going to be even close to taking him next year. But before we get into the content today, spam those me's down there in the comments section. I want to see all the Yinzers coming to watch some Steelers content here today. We've got Harry Cooper in here. We've got Steelers Dad. We've got Ali. We've got Christopher Domingo. Derek Smith is here. Good to see you, Derek. We got Tristan White. We got DJ KJ. Robert Maxwell's here. Good to see you, Rob. We've got Tristan White. Gary Frank is here, of course. My lovely girlfriend Cassie, of course, is always in the chat. Eric Brown. We've got Dominator Quintana. We got Sir Alex the Great. We got some super chats rolling in already here. We'll get to those here in just a second. We got a BuzzDuck 666. We got Justin McFadden. We got Shaq. We've got Michael Fisher
Shaquille
Productions. Yeah, I think we got Shaquille O'Neal in the chat right now. Got Fluven. We've got Jason L. Brian Hagan's here. Brian, good to see you. And yes, I still remember how to say your name, Brian, so good to see you in the chat, my friend. All right, we got the super chats loading here, Coop?
Yes, sir.
Sounds good. So we'll get to these super chats here. Gary's up first, $2. Says, are you going to raffle off the gong at some point? Yes, we will be doing a raffle at the end of the offseason. So we're going to be doing... we're going to be filling the gong up with names all offseason, and then at the end of the offseason here, going into the year, we're going to raffle it off, and then we'll probably buy a new gong, and we'll fill it up with new names for the season, and then we'll probably raffle it off at the end of the season and continued.
What if I want it?
Maybe, well, if you want it, maybe if you win the raffle, you got to buy some raffle tickets, Coop. But just like everybody else, you can't just take it. $5 from Sir Alex the Great. What's up, Sir Alex? Good to see you. Says, I think Steelers and TJ will get a deal done. I'm not crazy worried, and that's actually the focus of our live poll right now, Coop. Are you worried about the TJ Watt contract situation? Right now, it's 60-40 split. 60 says they're not worried. 40% say they are. I'm going to give my take on the TJ Watt situation here in just one moment, and that is going to be kind of the main story of our first segment today of the news and rumors. Then we'll get into some post-minicamp breakout candidates, and then, of course, we've got our latest Madden sim here, Week 8 versus the Green Bay Packers. So we'll get to that here in a couple of minutes here, but first, we got our latest news and rumors roundup here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So without further ado, let's get into the content. Welcome into Steelers Talk. I'm your host, Jack Sperry. Today we got a bunch of great Steelers news and rumors topics to discuss. First up, a friend of TJ Watt says that he is worried about the contract situation between the former Defensive Player of the Year and the Steelers organization. We'll kick our show off with that. Then we'll get into a CBS article which links a big-name tight end to the Pittsburgh Steelers in trade rumors. And then we'll get into a PFF article here that names a top breakout candidate for the Pittsburgh Steelers this year that fans should be excited about. And then we'll get into the two sides of the Aaron Rodgers debate and what those two sides are and what side I land on here as we approach the Aaron Rodgers saga here in Pittsburgh. But before we get into the content today, I don't think the con artist is done, guys. I think Omar Khan is still going to be making some moves here before we get to Latrobe at Steelers training camp at the end of July. I think they're going to sign another receiver. I think they are either going to trade or sign another cornerback here, and who knows, they might even add a tight end as well after Donald Parham tore his Achilles. So I still think the Steelers have some moves left in them here this offseason, so make sure you guys click that subscribe button for our breaking news coverage. Whenever they get the TJ Watt deal done, if they sign more players before free agency, we're going to have a breaking news video for you guys for free on this channel every single time, which is why we are currently the largest Steelers news channel that is individually run anywhere on YouTube. So click that subscribe button, join the over 80,000 Yinzers that have already clicked that subscribe button. And with that, let's get into our first story today, where Steelers superfan and Barstool Sports personality Jersey Jerry says that TJ Watt, who he is close with by the way, has gone silent on him recently, and it's causing a little bit of panic on Steelers Twitter today, so I wanted to address it. Jersey Jerry, big fan of his, he says this, because can I be honest here? I'm really starting to get worried about TJ. We DM often, I'd say 2 times a week, short convos. He posts food, I respond bully food. I post new posts, I got them hex-clad. He responds bully pants. Small stuff like that. TJ always responds. Now TJ went dark. Something is wrong. He has to be a Steeler for life. I can't take it much longer. Now, before you completely dismiss Jersey Jerry here, he is close with TJ. He's golfed with him in the past. TJ's been on his show. Obviously, Jersey Jerry is a huge Steelers fan, one of the most passionate fans out there, and he has a huge following, right? So the fact that he's going out there and saying that he's worried that TJ's going dark on him right now, it's not necessarily nothing, but my take on the entire situation, guys, is I'm still not worried. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you guys know that I'm not too worried about this contract situation. The Steelers know that they need to sign TJ Watt in order to stay kind of competitive this year. Without TJ Watt, this defense kind of crumbles, and I think the Steelers understand that. They just don't want to have to pay him the money that he's asking for currently, which is probably to be the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. And TJ knows he has the leverage here, so he's pretty much saying, pay me what I want or I'm not playing for you. And, with the Steelers not wanting to have to pay that, they're going to wait as long as it takes to be able to not pay that until they absolutely have to, which is probably around training camp, potentially even into training camp. But listen, guys, TJ wants to be here. The Steelers want him to be here. And usually when both sides want to get a deal done, eventually a deal gets done. This happened both last year with Cam Hayward and with Pat Freiermuth, who neither had a deal going into training camp, and then boom, you get the deal done. And once you get closer to the season, deadlines make deals, guys. The ultimate deadline is week 1 of the NFL season. I still feel very confident that the Pittsburgh Steelers and TJ Watt are going to come to an agreement here. It seems like the team is not sweating it either. Mike Tomlin saying that he feels comfortable with where they are at in that particular saga at this point. So yes, I do think TJ Watt will be back with the Pittsburgh Steelers this year because he has to be. And my expectation is he's going to get at least what Myles Garrett got with the Cleveland Browns this year, $40 million per season. And I think that, based on what TJ's done in terms of the turnover production that he's had, the sack production, the difference in wins and win percentage and defensive stats when he's on the field versus when he's not on the field, his value is absolutely cut and dry. And if the Steelers didn't want to have to pay him $40 million per season, they should have paid him before the Browns paid Myles Garrett. Plain and simply, the Steelers are paying the price for waiting too long, but at the end of the day, you still have TJ Watt on your football team. So let me know down there in the comments section. What is your concern level for the TJ Watt situation right now? From a scale of 1, meaning I'm not worried about it at all, to 10 being at 5 alarm fire, we got it to, oh my goodness, this is the biggest situation ever. Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section for today's pinned question. In just a second here, YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a few seconds. And when that happens, put your concern level with the TJ Watt situation from a 1 to a 10. So now let's shift over to CBS Sports' Cody Benjamin here, who suggests that the Pittsburgh Steelers should consider trading for Bears tight end Cole Kmet after recent reports here connected the Pittsburgh Steelers to both Jonnu Smith and Kyle Pitts, two other tight ends. This is what Cody Benjamin had to say. The Bears all but proclaimed a new face of their tight end position by spending a first-round pick on Colston Loveland this year. And while Kmet still has the benefit of legitimate NFL experience, it's very possible new coach Ben Johnson will lean all the way into Loveland out of the gate. In that case, perhaps the Steelers would be interested in pairing Kmet with Pat Freiermuth, especially if the price is lower than, say, acquiring Kyle Pitts from the Atlanta Falcons. Now, personally, guys, I'm not too interested in Cole Kmet. And honestly, I don't think the Bears are interested in trading him. I think that Ben Johnson wants to use a lot of 12 personnel, which means two tight ends on the field at one time. And I think he wants to use Loveland along with Cole Kmet, not use Loveland to get rid of Cole Kmet, all right? And Kmet, I think, is a good, really, really good number 2 tight end, but he's definitely not a number 1. I don't think he's the type of guy that the Pittsburgh Steelers would be particularly interested in because he's very similar to Pat Freiermuth, where they're both kind of possession type of receiving tight ends. Now, Kmet can block a little bit, but so can Muth. He's not a terrible blocker, even though both of them are known more as kind of possession style, good hands type of tight ends, kind of safety blanket types. And the Steelers already have one of those guys. So if they're going to go out and get a tight end, I'd rather it be somebody like Jonnu Smith, who might be a little bit more expensive to acquire, but at least he gives the tight end room a different flavor. Smith is an awesome yak threat, and then Muth can be your possession type guy. But if you bring in Kmet, you're kind of putting two of the same types of tight ends in the same room. And personally, when it comes to adding an offensive weapon, I would rather GM Omar Khan add a wide receiver. There's still plenty of good options out there. Amari Cooper and Keenan Allen are kind of the two free agent options out there. Keenan Allen did say recently that he doesn't love the idea of playing in Pittsburgh, the city, but he did say that Aaron Rodgers being the quarterback intrigues him a bit. Amari Cooper, he's got some links with Aaron Rodgers as well, but then if you want to trade for somebody, Romeo Doubs and Dontavian Wicks of the Green Bay Packers are two players to consider there, and then Trey Palmer is another player that the Steelers have reportedly called on that I think would be a pretty decent fit. So coming up next here on Steelers Talk, Pro Football Focus has named a Steeler to their all-breakout team heading into the 2025 season. I'll let you guys know which Steelers player that is here in just one moment. But first, make sure you go check out our friends at Fanatics, where you guys can get a brand new number 8 Aaron Rodgers jersey in your collection today when you go to chatsports.com/AR8. Personally, I'm really excited about this year. Even, it's very possible that Aaron Rodgers doesn't play well with the Pittsburgh Steelers this year, guys, and it's yet another year where they're investing in an older veteran that doesn't work out. But I also think there's a chance where lightning could strike. They could find lightning in a bottle here, just like the Vikings did with Brett Favre, just like the Buccaneers did with Tom Brady. I still think Aaron Rodgers can sling it, and I think that he's a great fit for what the Pittsburgh Steelers want out of the quarterback position. If you want his jersey today, you can use our link, chatsports.com/AR8. That link is in the comments and description of today's show. You click that link and you make a purchase. Fanatics sends us part of the proceeds. So it helps out the channel, helps you out by getting an Aaron Rodgers Steelers jersey in your closet today, so everybody wins. All right, now let's get into the all-breakout team that Pro Football Focus just released, and they put Troy Fautanu, the starting right tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers, as a top offensive tackle breakout candidate this year. It was written by Bradley Locker from Pro Football Focus, who had this to say about the second-year Steeler. Even in that extremely limited sample size in 2024, Fautanu amassed a 69.3 PFF pass blocking grade, allowing only 2 pressures on the road against the Broncos, one of the NFL's best defenses and pass rushes a season ago. Fautanu seemed to extend his terrific play from his final college season, in which he posted an 88.2 PFF pass blocking grade with a 97.9 pass blocking efficiency. Now, when it comes to Fautano, guys, you guys know my feelings on him. I love the draft pick when they made it. I think he played very well against the Denver Broncos in his one game he did play last year. The only question with Troy, in my opinion, is his health. Can he stay healthy? Where that's been an issue for him, and there was apparently multiple teams that kind of flagged him for that knee issue that ended up ending his rookie campaign. So, like, is he going to be the type of guy here that can stay healthy, or is he going to be the type of guy that's always hurt and he's a good player, but he just can never stay on the field? Well, I think we're going to get an answer to that question this year, and if he's on the field, great. The Steelers have their starting right tackle for the next decade if he stays healthy. But that is certainly a big question point at this point. But before I go here, I do want to give a little bit of a Rodgers kind of little piece to this video as well, because there's been a lot of different opinions that have been put out there about Rodgers heading to Pittsburgh. Some people think it's going to work out great and it's going to put him in Super Bowl contention, and then there's other people that are more pessimistic about it. But there are definitely two sides of this debate that are crystallizing at this point. It's kind of being represented at ESPN right now. We'll start with the positive side here. The first side is kind of the optimistic side, and this has been taken by Peter Schrager. He's a new employee there at ESPN, formerly with NFL Network, a former host of Good Morning Football, and he's very optimistic about Aaron Rodgers going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is what he had to say about the situation. They didn't make these moves just to get to where they were over the last few years, which is a nice Saturday or Sunday afternoon wildcard game and then get bounced out of the playoffs. They could have very easily done a half measure here. They could have signed another quarterback, or they could have gotten panicked when Rodgers wasn't there in April and in May. Instead, they waited all this way, and they did trade a second-round pick and paid DK Metcalf $30 million per season. These are not the moves of a team that's rebuilding. That's the moves of a team that sees things happening this year with a Super Bowl window. Schrager also went on ESPN's First Take earlier that day and proclaimed the Steelers as Super Bowl contenders. So Schrager definitely intrigued by the Steelers this year. And personally, I'm on this side of the debate. If you've been watching the channel for a while now, you guys know that I still think Aaron Rodgers can play, and I think that he's going to be a perfect fit with the Pittsburgh Steelers this year, and I think it will lead to success for the black and gold this year. We actually just put out an extensive video where I break down all the reasons why I think Aaron Rodgers will be a success here in Pittsburgh. I won't go into all those reasons on this video, but if you guys want to check out the extensive video that we put out this weekend, I'll put the link to that one in the comments and description of today's show, and put the chip in the top right if you want to check that out. But the other side of this argument is kind of the pessimistic, cynical type of argument here. And by the way, I think that this is a more than valid argument that people make, that Aaron Rodgers wasn't good with the Jets. He hasn't been good since 2021. He's only older now since he was in those seasons that didn't work out with other teams. I think that this particular POV is taken on nicely by ESPN's Dan Graziano, who's a big-time Rodgers hater. He said this: Rodgers didn't make the Jets instant contenders. He's 41, going to be 42 by the end of the year, and this is not a team that was like a plug-in, a quarterback, and now you're a contender type of team. They have question marks on the offensive line. They have one receiver who averaged 73 catches a year in his NFL career. They have a defense that's average age is like 28, 29, probably one of the older defenses in the league. I think Pittsburgh could be in for a rough one. Now, to Dan's credit here, he could absolutely be right. And people that have been watching this channel know I've been saying and I've been acknowledging, all right, even if the Steelers do sign Aaron Rodgers, there's a chance that this doesn't work out. There's a chance that this is a lot like Russell Wilson, where you're getting a quarterback that's past his prime. He's not good enough to elevate this team to legitimate Super Bowl contending type of level. But he could just as easily be wrong. All of the concerns that he brings up, the wide receiver room, they could be adding Amari Cooper, or potentially Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson could step up. The offensive line, the Steelers have a ton of early round draft talent on their offensive line. Broderick Jones could take a big step this year. Troy Polamalu can stay healthy. Mason McCormick could take a big step. How about the defense? Sure, it's older, but it's also really freaking good. They were the number one defense in football last year before TJ Watt got hurt. So I tend to agree more with Peter Schrager, and I take the optimistic approach here. It's not to say that the pessimistic view is necessarily wrong. I think that we'll find the answers to these questions here once we start playing football games. in a few short months here. But I'm very optimistic about this entire kind of saga that's going to be unfolding here in Pittsburgh over the next year. What do you guys think? Do you think that this will work out? Are you optimistic or pessimistic about the Aaron Rodgers experiment here in Pittsburgh? Type O if you're an optimist, or type P if you are a pessimist. Let me know you guys' thoughts on Rodgers down there in the comments section. And that'll be it for today's edition of Steelers News and Rumors, brought to you by Chat Sports. Make sure you guys click that subscribe button if you haven't already for daily Steelers updates every single day right here on YouTube. All right, first segment in the books here, Mr. Coop. Coming up next, it is my breakout candidates after mandatory minicamp. Is there anything in that segment that speaks to you there, Coop?
I'm a little concerned about Waddy.
Little concerned about what? I mean,
if Jerry says,
listen, man.
If Jerry says he's worried, I'm worried.
Well, fair enough. Jerry, by the way, if you're watching our show, please come on.
Jerry, whenever you want.
We would love to have you on the show, Jersey Jerry. We're big fans. But, I mean, I'm not too worried about this. People were worried at this point in the year last year about Cam Hayward. You know, like even Brandon Ayuk, who gave multiple signs that he wanted out of San Francisco. He just wanted to stay in San Francisco the whole time last year. He was just playing games to get more money. All right, like this is what players and their negotiations, this is the reality of the National Football League. All right, teams don't want to have to pay, highest, ever, non-quarterback money to a now 30-year-old or soon to be 30-year-old edge rusher. And the edge rusher knows that he is completely irreplaceable on their roster this year. If he doesn't play for them, you can kiss any chance of a championship goodbye. All right, that's why the Steelers are bringing in Aaron Rodgers, all right? And TJ Watt understands these things. He knows if he stands pat, he's going to get paid as much money as he wants, all right? And the Steelers are like, well, we'll stick at our current number until we have to. That's kind of where it is right now. The Steelers will eventually cave, all right? They will. All right, they want him to be here long term. They want to try and compete for a Super Bowl this year. I would say there's about a 0% chance that they just go into the season. It's a Le'Veon Bell situation where he doesn't play. I just don't think that that's going to be what happens here in Pittsburgh. But, I mean, hey, the Le'Veon Bell situation did play out here in Pittsburgh. So if there's any team where it could happen, I guess you could make an argument it would be this organization. But I think at this point there's multiple teams and multiple players that are holding out, like Terry McLaurin with the Commanders. Another guy I don't expect to get traded, but there's a contract dispute right now. Same thing goes with Trey Hendrickson. Like, this is the point in the year where there's certain players with certain teams that are trying to find themselves a new contract extension, and they just haven't done it yet. And I think when we get to the deadline here of closer to the season, we're going to get an answer, and I think TJ Watt will be wearing the Steelers uniform when we line up against the New York Jets in Week 1. I insist. Yes, I insist. TJ Watt will be a Steeler Week 1. If you guys want to send in a donation, we greatly appreciate you. Right now we're at, $9? We have to get to $50 to give away one of these Steelers Talk hats today. It was Cassie's birthday yesterday, so if you want to send a little happy birthday message to Cassie, feel free. You can find me on Venmo at Jack Sperry. My Cash App isn't working right now, just so you guys know, so cross that one out, but at Captain Jack Rabbit on PayPal.
We'll get that figured out soon.
And, of course, you can just super chat if you want to as well. We greatly appreciate all of your guys' support. And with that, let's get into our next segment here today. 10 players on the Steelers roster that I believe have a chance to break out here in 2025. 2025 will be a big season for a lot of players on the Steelers roster. They've drafted a lot of very promising players over the last several years where it's time to step up, all right? And today on the show, I'm going to be giving you guys 10 players that look like they might have breakout seasons this year based on their mandatory minicamp performances, how they look during OTAs. There's certain players that the Steelers are very excited about heading into this year, so today we're going to be talking about those players. But before we get into the video, get us started down there by letting me know, who do you think will be the breakout star for the Pittsburgh Steelers this year and why? Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments. I'll start with who I think could definitely take this team in this offense as a whole to a whole nother level, and that's Caleb Johnson, the rookie running back out of Iowa. Now, if you've been watching this channel ever since the Steelers drafted Caleb, you guys know how much I love the fit between KJ's kind of outside zone style of rushing with the Steelers' outside zone heavy approach with offensive coordinator Arthur Smith. I think that KJ might be the most important offensive player for the Steelers this year because the Steelers are trying to build their team in a similar way to the Philadelphia Eagles, where they brought in a new running back in Saquon Barkley last year, and then they surrounded him with a competent quarterback in Jalen Hurts. I don't think Hurts is quite elite. I think he's good, not great. And then they had an elite defense, all right? And the Steelers are trying to follow that formula where Rodgers is their kind of, competent quarterback, plays smart football. They feel like they have the defense to be truly elite, and now they just need that Saquon Barkley piece. And I'm not saying that KJ is going to be Saquon Barkley, but I do think that, if I'm right about his NFL readiness and his fit within Arthur Smith's scheme, he could be an absolute breakout star for the Pittsburgh Steelers this year, and he could completely catapult this team in the title contention if he can become a star running back right out of the gate, like I believe he can be. And personally, I do think that when we get into the season, Jaylen Warren will be kind of the true number one running back for this team, and KJ is going to have to earn his, stripes, so to speak. But I think that he takes over that role sooner rather than later. I think that, he's not going to be able to be ignored. When he gets his chances, I think that he will be very productive. And I think potentially even coming out of the bye in week 5, and we're moving into week 6, I think we could be talking about Caleb Johnson being this team's bona fide number one running back heading into that game at home versus the Cleveland Browns in week 6. So true or false, down there in the comments section. Caleb Johnson will be Pittsburgh's number one running back in the rotation by the time we get to week 6 this year. Type T if you think that's true, or type F if you think that's false. This will be the pinned comment on today's show. YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. When that happens, take advantage of that time by typing T for true or F for false. Another player that I think is completely flying underneath the radar right now, and I think is a really good player, is Calvin Austin III. I've said on this show that Calvin reminds me a lot of Darnell Mooney and a prime Brandon Cooks, where he plays actually better on the outside than he does in the slot, despite being a smaller wide receiver. But he's fast. He's a vertical threat. He runs great routes, so he can be a threat short and to the intermediate as well. And because of that speed, he's a great yak threat, shown by his ability to be a really dynamic punt return man. So he's got really good vision too. So he brings a lot to the table. Now, his size prevents him from being a contributor on early downs because he can't run block. He just doesn't have the functional strength to do that. But I think that the numbers don't necessarily show just how good of a season Calvin Austin III had last year. He only had around 550 yards receiving, which was his career high. But, the average and the efficiency, 15.2 yards per catch and 4 touchdowns last year on 36 total grabs. But Calvin usually, guys, was not the primary target in the progression. And if you guys know anything about the way Russell Wilson and Justin Fields play football, it's that they really rely on that first read. Like Justin Fields was that one read, and then he was looking to run, and then Russell Wilson was honing in on that first read and then looking to scramble. Usually Calvin was the second or third guy in the progression, so even though he was wide open, Russ and Fields, who are very primary read-driven quarterbacks, just weren't looking at Calvin Austin III more often than not. I think this year with Rodgers, who is a much better mental processor, one of the best mental processors in the history of the National Football League, he's going to see Calvin more than Justin and Russ did last year, and I think that's going to be terrific for his career, and I think Calvin could have a true breakout season this year with Rodgers throwing him the football. Then we get to another receiving threat here, Darnell Washington, another guy that I think is going to be very benefited by Aaron Rodgers being the quarterback of this team. DW, Mount Washington, whatever you guys want to call him, looks just as good as he's ever looked in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform. He will tell you as much. He says that he feels as good as he has ever looked as a Pittsburgh Steeler, and he feels as good as he's ever felt wearing the black and gold because he's lost 15 pounds from where he was his previous 2 seasons, and he's moving around better. He understands the receiving element of the position more than he did coming out of Georgia. And, at his massive frame, Rodgers has even said himself, he reminds him of Mercedes Lewis, who was a big-time hulking tight end that was kind of like the size of an offensive lineman, just like DW is, and was massively productive with Rodgers throwing him the football, okay? So I think Rodgers can utilize big tight ends like Darnell. I think he's very excited to play with him. And I think Washington might be in for the breakout that we've been waiting from him since he was drafted out of Georgia. Then we get to Troy Fautanu, the right tackle here in Pittsburgh. Now, Fautanu, to me, I have no worries about him on tape. At Washington, it was terrific. I thought his one game against Denver last year, a really good pass rush. He held up very nice in his first NFL action, and I think he's going to be even better this year. So if he stays healthy, I don't have any questions about him, but that is a pretty big question mark. Apparently, multiple NFL teams flagged Fautano before the draft 2 years ago for knee medical issues. The Steelers, of course, being the team that doesn't care about medical issues, ended up drafting him in the first round, but that is definitely a red flag that we have to keep our eye on heading into the year. But if he stays healthy, he will be fantastic. But then I also think Broderick Jones could have a little bit of a breakout season this year because, I mean, compared to where it was the last 2 years at right tackle, if he even plays at a decent level, that will be considered a breakout season for him. It was really that bad. And he still has first-round pedigree. I mean, let's face it, man, this guy's got a really great physical profile. And there's a reason why the Steelers not only drafted him in round 1 a few years back, but traded up to go get him and gave up an additional 4th-round pick in order to make sure that they got him. So, he's going over to the position that he feels more comfortable in at this point, which is left tackle. And, he never was really a fit at right tackle, for being completely honest. But now that he's playing in a spot where he feels more comfortable, I think that there's a chance for him to play a lot better than he did in his previous 2 seasons in the National Football League. And who knows, he might even become this team's franchise left tackle if he can play well enough. So let me know down there in the comments section, what's your confidence level in Broderick Jones heading into his 3rd NFL campaign? Put it on a scale of 1, meaning no confidence at all, he's going to suck, to 10 being he's going to be a Pro Bowl caliber player this year. Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. For me personally, I'm probably sitting at around a 6.5, a 7. I like the fact that he's moving over to left tackle, but he definitely has a lot to prove. Then we get to Mason McCormick. And listen, man, I got 3 players on the offensive line on this list because they all have a lot to prove, and they're unproven players, but they are all very talented. All right, Mason McCormick, I had a day 2 grade on coming out of South Dakota State. They end up getting him for a day 3 pick 2 drafts ago, and I thought it was an absolute steal, and I still believe that. I think McCormick showed some really good things on film last year despite his inconsistency, but it's really tough going from that level of competition he faced in college and playing left guard to moving over to the right side when you're not really expecting to play. Remember, the Steelers were expecting James Daniels to be their starting right guard for the entire season, and McCormick wasn't even supposed to play last year. Heading into his 2nd year, this was always the plan for McCormick. I believe in the physical talent here, and I think he's got a chance, alongside Troy Fautano and Zach Frazier, to be a pretty darn good player for this football team for a very long time. Now, before we get into the defense here and some defensive potential breakout candidates here, click that thumbs up icon if you're enjoying our content. If you find our content insightful and informative and nuanced, make sure you guys click that thumbs up icon if you haven't already, because clicking that thumbs up icon helps out the YouTube algorithm. It puts our videos in front of more Steelers fans like yourselves, and it helps us grow the channel. So greatly appreciate your guys' support. Then we get to the defensive side of the ball where, we've been talking about a Keanu Benton true breakout for a while now. It hasn't really happened. He's had some splash plays, and he's been a good player. I think that he's been good the last 2 years, but the expectations heading into previous seasons was that he was going to be an absolute monster. I don't know if we've seen that from Keanu Benton just yet, but I think this year, because they brought in Derek Harmon from Oregon, I think that that's going to allow Keanu to stay fresher and allow him to make more impact plays. And then also you get Derek Harmon's disruptive ability as a pass rusher. Very quick feet, very quick hands, very powerful player, can be a good run defender as well. I think with Keanu Benton, Cam Hayward, and Derek Harmon as a part of this defensive line rotation here, and not to mention the guys they have on the bench, Daniel Ekuale, Dean Lowry, Logan Lee, other players that are still here. I think that this is going to be one of the better defensive line rotations in the National Football League this year. So let me know down there in the comment section, who's going to have the better season this year? Keanu Benton or the rookie, Derek Harmon? Type KB for Benton or DH for Derek Harmon. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comments. Then we get to Peyton Wilson, interior linebacker who was in a rotational role last year. He was kind of the 3rd linebacker in his rookie season. Now he's ready to take on his role as the number 2 inside linebacker and an every down player next to Patrick Queen. He reminded me a lot of Luke Kuechly on his college film, guys. And if he's anywhere close to what Kuechly was in the league, like we're talking about one of the best defensive players in football here. So I'm really excited about Peyton Wilson. I think he had a really good rookie season. I think he's ready to take his game to a whole nother level this year, which would be very scary for opposing offense if Peyton Wilson hits his potential this year. And then we get to Beanie Bishop Jr., slot cornerback. Now, this is if he's on the field, because we'll talk about it in a little bit here, but the Steelers are connected to a couple of other cornerback type of targets this offseason, but Beanie looked good during OTAs and during mandatory minicamp. It's definitely clear that he's in the pole position to win that starting job this year. And, he's covering guys like Calvin Austin III, who's very difficult to cover, and Roman Wilson, who's very fast in his own right. But Pittsburgh has been linked to Jair Alexander and Jalen Ramsey, and our favorite People's Insider, Ricky, says that he expects the Steelers to get at least one of these guys before the start of the season. So, we'll see what ends up happening. I'm definitely open-minded to the Steelers adding Ramsey or Alexander this offseason, but if they don't and they go with Beans this year, I'm definitely got an open mind for him having a stellar sophomore season with the black and gold as well. So predict it for me down there in the comments section. Will the Steelers make a move at cornerback before training camp begins for either Jair Alexander, Jalen Ramsey, or somebody else? Let me know, yes or no, down there in the comments section. And that'll be it for today's edition of Steelers Talk by Chat Sports. Today we covered 10 breakout candidates for the Pittsburgh Steelers after mandatory minicamp. We got more Steelers content like this every single day for you guys to enjoy for free on the Steelers Talk YouTube channel. So click that subscribe button below this video if you want more videos just like this one. All right, that concludes our cuts for the day here, Coop. But coming up here, we've got Week 8 Madden simulation. Steelers are 3-3. They just got their asses kicked by Joe Burrow, who didn't miss again in Week 7. But now it's Jordan Love and the Packers going up against Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll be breaking that down here in just a moment. Coop says he just has to set something up here, but I do want to let you guys know that if we can get to $50 total in donations today, we'll be giving away a Steelers Talk hat in a raffle. I'm wearing one right now. We've already given, almost 50 away at this point. So if you haven't gotten one yet, you can enter a raffle for $5. $10 gets you extra tickets, and $20 gets you even more. Plus, you get your name on the Gong if you send in a $20. But $50, you can just buy a hat straight up from us, and somebody will come in here and slap me with a tortilla if somebody sends in a $50. So Cassie told me that she wants me to get slapped in the face with a tortilla for her birthday. So I'm just saying, guys. Listen, man, she got a lot of gifts for her birthday. We had a great dinner last night at Dakota's Steakhouse here in Dallas. It's the best steakhouse in the world. She didn't get the tortilla slap, though. So if somebody wants to oblige, $50 is the price for me to get slapped with a tortilla. Plus, you get a Steelers Talk hat if you put in a $50. And if we can get to $250 total today, we will hit the gong here on the show. So it's been long enough, Coop. We haven't had one of these Madden streams since last Monday. So it's about time we get things going with our Summer Madden Series. So far, the Steelers are 3-3. They're coming off a loss versus the Cincinnati Bengals, where they got their butts kicked by a final score of 24-10, but they have beaten teams like the Minnesota Vikings, like the Cleveland Browns, and who's the other team that they beat? Seattle. So they beat Seattle, they beat Minnesota, and then they beat Cleveland. The teams they've lost to are the New York Jets with a last-second touchdown from Justin Fields, unbelievable. And then you got Drake May and the Patriots, last-second field goal, and then the ass-kicking from Cincinnati. But we are ready here, Week 8, Sunday Night Football in the rain. Coop, F. Coop in the chat. What is going on, Coop? Oh, my goodness. I don't know what it was, the new computer or something, but we are here. Acrisure Stadium. It's in the rain. It's at night. Aaron Rodgers' first game at Acrisure Stadium as a Steeler, and we are away.
Steelers, here we go.
Kick is taken from the 5. Good return by Cordero Patterson, taking it all the way to the 34-yard line, and here comes Aaron Rodgers. Let's go. Still wearing the old helmet, huh, Coop?
Yeah, I guess so.
Haven't changed it to the new Shut F7, huh?
I don't know if they have that.
They definitely do.
I don't know, dude.
No, dude, there's people in the video right now wearing it on the Steelers.
Do you think the people know?
Definitely. Shotgun here, spread formation, takes the snap. Rodgers has time, throws middle, and it's terribly thrown in the rain, incomplete. Oh my goodness. Kurgan Cole is here. Let's go, Kurgan.
He's been here the whole show, dude.
I know. I just wanted to say hi to Kurgan. What's up, Kurgan?
What's up, Kurg?
Good to see you, man. 2nd down and 10, bunch formation out to the left. Rodgers takes the snap. He's going to throw quickly. Deep ball down the side. He's wide open. It is caught. DK Metcalf. There he goes. Touchdown, Steelers. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers bombs it down the field in the rain, and DK Metcalf with a long touchdown of 65 yards?
Yep.
65-yard touchdown.
Looks like the Packers are having some problems without Jair.
Yeah. Sorry, Jair.
We'll see ya.
Was Bo Melton out there? Kick is up and it is good. 7-0 Steelers. Good start for Rodgers. Good hold, Mason. Good hold, Mason.
Attaboy, Mace.
In the rain.
I should have made Skylar Thompson the holder.
Yeah. Skylar Thompson.
Will he even be on the 53? No way.
No. It's going to be Raji. It's going to be Mason.
And
then Howie. Kick is away, Boswell. It is fielded at the 9. Not a great kick by Boz. But the return man takes it. Good return for the Packers. Gets it to the 32-yard line. Here comes Aaron Rodgers' successor in Green Bay, Jordan Love. The apprentice is trying to become the master tonight, Coop.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think the Steelers want to make that happen.
Do you think if Jersey Jerry had his choice that Willie would be the starting QB?
No, he loves Raji. Remember, he's only had good dreams about Aaron Rodgers. Under center here is Love. He's going to play action. Got plenty of time. He throws, check down, caught. Doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Jacobs breaks a tackle, and he gets 1 yard.
Good defense.
Brandon Eccles on the tackle. Omar Khan is asking, is TJ playing? Yes, he is playing. TJ's going to play this year, guys. I'm just telling you.
We'll see.
All right? Like, there's just no chance the Steelers don't pay him. There's no chance. Shotgun here. Love takes the snap. No pass rush. He's going to go up the middle. Nobody's covering him, and he slides down with a first down. Steelers pass rush has to play better than that, folks. Steelers pass rush needs to get to him. But in the rain, man, is it going to be tough to, like, I know that they're implementing weather conditions and, like, people slipping and stuff in the game in Madden this year. Do they do that with this Madden?
I don't believe they did it with this Madden.
Shotgun, Love, looking, throws quickly. Good coverage by Cole Holcomb. Tried to get it to maybe future Steeler Romeo Doubs. Contested situation. Good job by 55, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Come on.
They did that for CFD as well this year.
The weather?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Shotgun here, multiple tight ends for Green Bay. Takes the snap. Now it's going to be a screen, and he's got some blockers in front of him. Jacobs, he's going to pick up a decent gain. 3rd and manageable coming up.
It's 3rd down.
But it's 3rd down, folks. Type those 3s in the chat. Type those 3s in the chat. We got over 280 Yinzers in the chat right now. Come on.
We need Raji back on the field.
3rd down and 4. They go empty. Spread formation. Steelers showing blitz. Takes the snap. Love looking. Now he's scrambling to the left. He's going to run it again. Can he get there? No, he's brought down. 4th down and 1. Brandon Eccles makes the play. And it's 4th down.
Will they go for it?
Will they go for it here? Because they are in Steelers territory. Not by much. They just passed midfield.
What's LeFleur feeling?
In real life, they're definitely going for this. In real life, they're definitely going for it, but Madden can be stupid.
Oh, no.
There it is. They're going to punt. There we go. Steelers going to get the ball back with the lead. The punt is away. And it's going to go out of bounds. Decent punt. Goes out at the 16-yard line. Here comes Raji.
Come on now, Raji.
I got to say, in Madden, it looks like he looks weird in the uniform.
A little bit.
In Madden. I don't know what it is, man.
I don't disagree.
I hope he doesn't look that weird in real life. Under center, handoff, Warren. He's had a good season so far in the Summer Madden Series. He gets 5 yards.
We've
Decent
seen
pickup.
Raji in real life.
Sir Alex.
Nope.
Chris, $5, gets him in the raffle. Says, guys, I hate that we are waiting on a new deal with TJ. If you know you are going to pay him, then why wait and anger our best player? Thoughts? I don't think it's necessarily angering him. It's just he wants to get paid what he wants, and that's just sometimes the way it goes. 3-step drop thrown, almost intercepted by Raji, but it's incomplete.
Would you
Third
call
down
it a
and 5.
holdout?
I'd say it's a holdout.
I think it is.
And by the way, he might hold in at Latrobe. It's very possible.
Don't tell Jeremy.
But I think that the Steelers, don't get me wrong, I want them to get this done as soon as they possibly can, but I think the Steelers' perspective is maybe he'll cave, but I don't think he's going to. Oh no, pressure right away on Rodgers from the pistol. They sent a blitz. He's sacked. Steelers 3 and out. We'll have to punt.
Edrin Cooper.
That's a missed opportunity right there, Coop, because the Steelers could have gone up 2 scores there, and a 2-score lead in Madden in these 5-minute quarter games,
Makes it Jover.
That's a big advantage if you can go up 2 scores. But now the Steelers will have to punt this away back to Green Bay. Oh, man, I don't know. Come on now, Raji.
We'll see what Cam's got.
Cameron Johnson, apparently he's been booming kicks at OTAs, kicks it away. It is fielded right at midfield. And that pretty much the Packers take over right where they punted it away to the Steelers. So
no harm, no foul for them.
All that's happened is some time has come off the clock. 1st down and 10 for Jordan Love. 3 receivers set here. 1 tight end, 1 back from the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to be quick throw, RPO, and there he goes. Romeo Doubs is wide open. Oh my goodness, what terrible defense by the Steelers. No, it's Matthew Golden. The first-year receiver wearing 22 out of Texas.
What a ridiculous number for a receiver to wear.
An absolute burner, a quick RPO, and it looks like, I don't know who that is. That Deshaun? I think Deshaun Elliott took the cheese, and he's just completely out of position. Packers score a touchdown. We're going to have a tie football game
here.
What
a freaking joke. We got a $20 super chat though
coming in.
Alex
L with a 20. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
Here we go.
Kick is up, and it is good. 7-7 is our score. By the way, we are around $16 away from locking in the hat raffle today, so another 20 will get us over our goal for the day. But if we have the raffle, Alex, you got quite a few tickets to potentially win it today. Also, if you want a free raffle entry, all you have to do is follow me on Twitter. You can find me at Jack_Sperry. Kick is away. It is fielded at the 5. Cordero Patterson not going to get a good return this time. Gets to the 28, and here comes Rodgers.
Time to cut Cordero.
Again, guys, if you want a free raffle entry, all you have to do is follow me on Twitter at Jack_Sperry, and you can enter in the raffle to win the hat. Handoff. Jalen Warren gets 3 yards on the first down carry there. I got to say, Green Bay's doing a pretty good job corralling the Steelers' run game. Jalen Warren's been pretty much unstoppable when they've actually decided to run the football.
Do you think Romeo Doubs would be the ideal second wide receiver?
I think he'd be good. Chemistry with Rodgers, big body, good route runner. Shotgun Rodgers looking. Now he's starting to get pressure. He's rolling out to his right. Is he looking to run? What are you doing, Raji? Throw it away.
Throw the ball.
So that 3-yard gain is erased and then some, and it'll be 3rd down and very long here. Aside from that bomb of a deep-throated DK, Coop, it's been ugly for the Steelers so far. Let's see if Rodgers can dig him out of a hole here. They got a bunch out to the left. Empty formation for Rodgers. Doubles formation out to the right. Takes the snap. Rodgers looking. He's got time. He slings it over the middle. What a throw. Caught. Is that DK again? It is. First down Steelers. Type those ones. And Gary Frank gets us to around $11 away from the raffle. Says Sports Chat needs a flag football team. We've actually discussed.
First of all, it's Chat Sports Gary, which you know.
It's Chat Sports Gary.
Number 2, we do have a flag football team.
We do have a flag football team.
Their first game's on Wednesday.
Yes, it is. Headed by famous flag football quarterback, Marshall Green.
Oh, yeah.
Shotgun here. Aaron looking. Now he's going to get sacked. He looked to run. He looked like Justin Fields there, man. Like he's, one read and then looking to run.
His time to throw?
Raji needs to know he can't run.
He is 41.
What are we doing here? How about we get to your second read there, Raj?
When he sees Edgerrin Cooper coming off the edge, man.
Yeah, I guess. Even though Edgerrin Cooper's not an edge rusher. Second down and 16, empty. Rodgers looking. He's going to step up in the pocket. Now he's looking to run. There goes Rodgers. He's going to slide down and he gets hit. Where's the flag?
That's 15.
That's the end of the first quarter. 7-7 is the score.
20 from Gary.
Hey, 20 from Gary. That puts us over the top there. We'll be giving away a Steelers Talk hat at the end of today's show. Appreciate you, Gary. Says, I think Omar wants...
Dubs.
Dobbs.
Omar is spamming it in the chat.
It's pronounced Dobbs.
Oh.
I hope so, man. That'd be a great addition. Shotgun here for Rodgers. Takes the snap. Steps away in the pocket. Now throws. Muth caught. First down. Muth. Let's go. Spam those Muths in the chat. Spam those Muths in the chat. Good throw by Rodgers there. Looked like a second read throw there from Raji.
Come on now, Chip.
Come on now, Raj. First down 10 from the Packers' 36-yard line. He'll hand it off to Jalen Ward. He's got some room to run, making some men miss. He's going to go down to the 26-yard line. First down, Steelers, Robert Locke. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Let's go.
You're in, Bob.
All right, we're driving this time, Coop. 3rd and 12, Raji delivering a strike over the middle. Takes a snap, hands it off to Warren, finds some room, picks up a yard. Packers doing a pretty decent job against the Steelers' run game so far today, besides that one big run, but... All right, come on now. We're just outside the red zone. Can the Steelers score for the second time today? Condensed bunch out to the left. Single receiver out to the right. Rodgers takes the snap. He's got a clean pocket. He's going to throw way off target to Muth on a short target. I mean, what are we doing here?
What are we doing, Aaron?
I mean, not the best accuracy from QB1 there. Now it'll be 3rd down and long again. This is the second 3rd down and long for the Steelers this game. They'll go out into a bunch again, out to the left with a single receiver, DK out to the right. He'll take a snap. He's going to throw towards the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Steelers, Bobby Trees! Spam those trees in the chat! Here we go, Steelers! Here we go! Here we go, Steelers! Here we go! Here we go, Steelers! Here we go! You could see on the replay, they're going to review this, but it's pretty clear to me. He got both feet in. He dragged the second foot. This is going to be touchdown unless the refs flew in from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Which is very possible. Maybe they had some curds on the way.
Yeah, a little bit Culver's, But Bobby Trees, I mean, another 3rd and long conversion from Aaron Rodgers, Coop. What a day he's had from 3rd and long. And it is confirmed, touchdown on the field. And Boswell will put it up, and it is good, 14-7.
Why do we never get refs that walk to the stadium in Pittsburgh?
I don't know, man. I mean, I guess everyone just loves watching football instead of fucking the Steelers. No Primanti sandwich refs in the league,
What a
man.
joke. We need to get McAfee on that.
Yeah, we do need to get McAfee on that. Kicks away here. Still 3.5 minutes to go in the half. It's fielded at the 10. Once again, not the best kick from Boz. And another good return for Green Bay gets him to the 36. That's where Jordan Love will take over. Just led a touchdown drive on an RPO. Terrible play defensively for the Steelers. See if they can bounce back here. TJ Watt is playing inside linebacker right now for some reason. Shotgun Love throws quick slant caught. There goes Christian Watson. He's off to the races. Oh my goodness. Is he going to take this all the way? Almost a one-play touchdown again. Joey Porter Jr. brings down the speedy Watson at the 5-yard line, but another explosive play for Green Bay on a quick slant. I mean, look at Brandon Echols trying to guard him, man. He's just not even close. Can we, Coop, you're the guy that does these. Can we not start Brandon Echols out there, please, at slot corner?
That's up to Mike Tomlin.
No, that's up to you.
It's up to Mike Tomlin.
It's up to you. Shotgun here from the 5, condensed formation. Love, 5-step drop. Now he throws it to his check down. Josh Jacobs gets pummeled. No gain. Minkah Fitzpatrick with a nice tackle.
Me and Mike Tomlin, we had a conversation. He said Brandon Echols was the best person to start in the slot.
Well, you go tell Mike that he just got his ass burnt by Christian Watson. Here we go. They go empty here with Jordan Love. Takes the snap. He throws quickly wide open. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown Packers. Jaden Reed extended the football.
Can we get a review here?
Yeah, this is close here. He catches it, not in the end zone, but then he kind of extends the ball to hit the pylon. That's a touchdown.
What a joke.
So another quick touchdown for Green Bay, and this is already a high-scoring affair.
They're going to review.
They're going to review it, but I don't think it's going to be coming back.
The ref flew in from Green Bay.
Probably has a house next to Lambeau Field.
Had some Millers.
Oh, the knee was down. I think it's a touchdown. And they're going to confirm it. Touchdown Packers.
What a joke.
Steelers still have plenty of time to go score here, though. The kick is up and it is good. Keep in mind, Packers do get the football coming out of the first half. So, I mean, either the Steelers defense needs to step up or the Steelers got to keep scoring points. Let's hope the Steelers and the offense can keep scoring here.
I think they'll be able to. Raji knows this team very well.
Yes, he does. But they know him very well.
True.
Caught from the 5. And it's going to be taken to the 28-yard line. DK Metcalf already has 89 yards on 2 catches. It's unbelievable, man.
Is that a lot?
That is a lot. Very efficient from DK today. Shotgun here for Rodgers. Multiple tight ends on the field for the Steelers. They hand it off to Jalen Warren. There he goes. He's off to the races, and he's going to get down to the 49. Big gain for the Steelers. First down, Pittsburgh. And a $20 super chat from my man, Gary. Says, imagine TJ, Polamalu, and Fitzpatrick on the field at the same time. It'd be crazy, man. It'd be crazy. Under center here, I formation, but they're going to go to the 2-minute warning. Kurgan says, Gary, that would be magic. Yeah, it would be magic. Might be magic anyway, even without Troy.
Oh, yeah.
Shotgun for Rodgers. They send blitz. Throws quickly, slant. Dropped by Muth. Good coverage.
Catch the ball, Pat.
I mean, I kind of expect Pat to catch that football. It was contested, but it was certainly catchable for the tight end.
Didn't we give him an extension last season? Catch the ball.
Second down 10. Another thing to keep in mind, Coop, it is raining. So ball's probably slippery.
He's paid to catch.
Under center, Rodgers takes a short drop. He's going to throw. Second read. Caught Muth. Will pick up.
That one.
Yeah, he did. Well, that one wasn't contested. 8 yards. It'll be third down and short here for Rodgers and the Steelers offense. But if they don't get this here, Coop, Green Bay's going to have a chance of 3 timeouts to march down the field like they have their previous 2 drives. So this is a big play here. And they're not even going to have the threat of the run out there. They go empty. Rodgers takes the snap. He's going to launch it down the field. Wide open. Caught. DK Metcalf. Touchdown Steelers. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. DK is torching the Green Bay Packers on Sunday Night Football, ladies and gentlemen.
In front of America.
What a throw from Raji too. He's had in the cold and in the rain, just slinging that thing. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Steelers going to be putting up more points in the first half of this game than they had in any game this entire season. 21 points.
Better sound effect, Michael B. Jordan or Raji?
Michael B. Jordan would do them all in a row, like. Rodgers just does one when he throws. So here we go. Boswell kicks it away. Green Bay still has time to tie this up before the start or before the end of the half. This is another good return from Green Bay. Every single return has gotten past the 30-yard line. But here come the Packers. They've only had, I believe, 3 plays in their last 2 drives and with 2 touchdowns? Let's see what the Steelers defense can bounce back with here. Shotgun. Love takes the snap. He's got time. Now he's running out of time. Now he throws middle wide open. Caught. Matthew Golden is burning this defense. Another huge gain. Jordan Love already has over 150 yards passing. I mean, Jordan Love just zinging that thing in there.
I mean, 22 is a joke of a number for a receiver.
Yes, 22. I hope, Matt, with all due respect to your
I hope he fails.
I hope he sucks wearing 22 as a receiver. Shotgun here, condensed bunch out to the right, single receiver out to the left. It's Dobbs, takes the snap. Love, now he's looking to run. He's got room, gets inside the 20 and slides down at the 19. Just this defense.
Swiss cheese from Terrell.
I mean, this is the same. Is this the same defense that gave up 0 points versus Seattle?
Yep.
What are we doing here, man? Defensive line isn't doing shit. Now they're at the 19. Packers have less than a minute to go, so have all 3 of their timeouts. Love takes the snap. He's got, once again, all the time in the world. Now he looks to run, somehow finds a lane, and he slides down after a 5-yard gain. Timeout Packers.
You'd think they put a spy on him.
Maybe. Can the Steelers, who have put up already a season-high 21 points in the first half, hold off Green Bay? It's definitely been the most explosive game of the season so far, but unfortunately the Steelers' defense haven't been able to stop a nosebleed. Condensed formation, shotgun, Love. Now it's going to be a screen, and he's got blockers. This might be a touchdown. No, great tackle. Who is that there? Great tackle by the Steelers. Timeout Green Bay after just a short gain. It'll be first down and goal at the 7. Under center here for Love. 2 tight ends. Takes the snap. Quick drop. Nothing there initially. Now throws sideline. Caught. Another short gain. Joey Porter Jr. knocks his man out of bounds. 34 seconds left. Second down and goal.
Got to get a stop here, boys.
Come on. How about a pick 6 here?
That'd be nice.
How about a pick 6 here?
Green Bay gets the ball to start.
Green Bay does get the ball to start, so if they get a touchdown here, they got a chance to take the lead coming out of half, despite how well the Steelers' offense has been playing. Love looking. He throws close to the end zone. It's caught. Did he get both feet in? They're going to say yes for now. Matthew Golden with another touchdown for Green Bay. I'm not convinced he got both feet in here. He had to go through the air to catch it. Doesn't look to me like
he got it.
That doesn't look like a touchdown to me. Are they going to review this? They should. And if the booth doesn't want to, well, I guess Mike can't challenge it. Oh my, they're not even challenging this?
What a joke.
Touchdown Packers. Point after is up, and it is good.
Got a high-scoring affair.
Very high scoring. I mean, even in the Bengals game where where Joe Burrow literally had one incompletion the entire game, all they gave up was 24 points.
21 in the first half.
Against the Bengals? Oh. Yeah, like this has been the worst defensive performance. It's weird because this has been the best offensive performance and the worst defensive performance of the season so far.
Got to put together a 60-minute game.
So it's taken out at the 9. Clock continues to tick. Good return by the Steelers, though. Takes it out to the 33. Still plenty of time here. DK Metcalf already has 132 yards receiving.
3 catches.
With 2 touchdowns on 3 catches. Unbelievable performance from DK. See if Rodgers has another deep bomb in him here from the pistol. Takes the snap. Takes a 5-step drop. Now he's moving over to his right. He's going to be sacked. Second down and 19. I would just let the clock run.
Let it go.
I think Green Bay called a timeout. Green Bay wants a chance here. Green Bay wants to try and intercept Rodgers.
Will they get it? Play conservative here.
Yeah, this looks like a run to me. Yeah, they just let it go down. That's the end of the first half, guys. 21-21, a high-scoring affair on Sunday Night Football between the Steelers and the Packers. Both Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love lighting up the scoreboard. Just so you guys know, we did lock in our raffle for today, so we are going to be giving away a Steelers Talk hat to one lucky winner today. If you guys want a free raffle entry, you can follow me on Twitter at Jack_Sperry. But if you guys want additional raffle tickets, $5 gets you 1, 10 gets you 3, 20 gets you 10, plus your name on the gong. And if you just want to buy a Steelers Talk hat, $50 is the price tag our bosses has set for these hats. So if you want one, you can do that. Plus, I'll get slapped because I know it's a lot of money for a hat. So you also get a tortilla slap. All right, we are underway in the second half. It's taken out by Green Bay, and it's going to take it to the 26-yard line. And that's where the Packers will take over.
Do you think Mike Tomlin yelled at the players at halftime?
No, he's not really that type of guy.
Not even at the defense?
No.
I think he did.
I don't think he did.
I think he MF'd them a few times.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe. Who knows? But here we go. Second half. Steelers defense needs to find something that works under center. Jordan Love will send Jaden Reed in motion at the snap. Hands it off. No play action. Here comes oh my goodness. What a sack here from Nick Herbig.
Let's go.
Coming unblocked. And now Jordan Love not happy about that sack as Nick Herbig gets into the backfield, takes down Jordan. Big hit from 51. Legal hit.
Very good hit. Sound fundamental football.
And I was probably getting close to putting your full body weight on the quarterback, but hey, it's Madden. Who gives a shit?
That should be allowed anyway.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Raji would disagree because he's the reason why that rule became
aware.
a thing because of the collarbone injury. Shotgun here for Love. He's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off. This is Jacobs. Not far. Good gang tackle there by Minka and Queen. Third down and 17. An excellent opportunity to get off the field here. Excellent opportunity to get off the field here, folks. I need you to type your threes in the chat. Type your threes in the chat. Come on.
Got to get off the field here, fellas.
Shotgun Love takes the snap. He's looking. Now he's going to throw sidearm. God, what a throw from Love. What a catch. I believe that's Tucker Kraft. Now an injury timeout. It is Kraft, the tight end, who just caught that ball. It's going to have to get looked at on the sideline, but clock stops. First down Packers on a 3rd and 17. How do you give that shit up?
I'm telling you.
How do you give up a 3rd down and 17?
They need to be yelled at.
Goodness gracious, man. By the way, it was my lovely girlfriend's birthday yesterday, Cassie Voth. Love you, Cassie. Just so you guys know. I know a lot of you guys know Cassie in the chat. They hand it off to Jacobs. Breaks a tackle, and he's going to pick up a first down. What is this defense from the Pittsburgh Steelers?
What are we doing?
I mean, most expensive defense in the league. It's probably one of the better overall defenses in the game, I'm guessing. It's got to be. With guys like Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Joey Porter Jr., Minka Fitzpatrick, Darius Slay. Under center, Jordan Love hands it off to Josh Jacobs. He's not going to get much, just a gain of 2. It's Deshaun Elliott on the tackle. L.A. Bruck says we better not be playing like this in real life. I hope we're playing this way offensively in real life, but not defensively, man. This is just a joke. Shotgun Love, 3-receiver set, takes the snap. He's looking. He's got plenty of time. Now he's going to launch it down the sideline and out of bounds. It was caught, but it was out of bounds. 3rd down and 8 coming up.
I know.
3rd down and 8.
Come on.
Get him off the field here. Steelers show pressure at the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers out to the right. They send blitz. Jordan's running for his life. Now he's throwing off his back foot.
Oh, my God.
Incomplete. I'm okay with that.
It basically would have been like a punt anyways.
It would have been a punt anyways, pretty much. The Steelers, well, maybe the Steelers could have returned it a bit farther than where this punt's going to go, but I'm okay with that. 3rd down and 8. You dropped an interception. That's okay. Steelers getting the football back here without giving up any points. The kick is away. It's going to be fielded at the 11, and they'll take it to the 16. I think that's probably where you would have ended up anyway if you would have intercepted it, so I'm cool. Jalen Warren having another pretty decent day today. Now from the shotgun, Rodgers takes the snap. He's got some time. Now he's stepping back. Time's running out. He throws it away incomplete. I got to say, this is kind of a joke that Green Bay's pass rush is doing better than the Steelers is. And we had this problem last year with the Madden Sims, Coop, is that the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think like TJ Watt finished the year with like 2 sacks in last year's simulated season.
He had like 3 sacks in the first game.
Yeah. Shotgun, Rodgers. Throwing middle. It gets deflected somehow, incomplete. I mean, goodness gracious. Outside of like the deep bombs from Rodgers today, like the short passes have been where it's been bad for Rodgers.
No doubt.
Like Rodgers has thrown some absolute dimes down the field in this one. Some absolute seeds. So now another 3rd and long. Rodgers has been great on 3rd and long in this game. What does he do here? He's got plenty of time. Steps up. Now, what are you doing running this football? What are you doing?
Do we need to put Mason back in?
Throw the football, dude. Aaron Rodgers thinks he's 25 years old again, trying to run it on 3rd and 10. Loses 2 yards, and the Steelers got a punt.
This ain't Cal.
3 and out.
This ain't Cal, Aaron.
I mean, goodness gracious.
What a joke.
Packers give you an opportunity yet again, and you just squander it. Now you give it back to them. Kick is away.
Good punt.
Fair caught at the 46. Decent punt from the Steelers, but Jordan Love and the Packers once again have great field position. Try and take the lead. Now the defense has got to step up. Shotgun, Love. He'll take the snap. He will throw quickly on the outside. Good coverage by the Steelers. Good tackle by Brandon Echols. No gain. So good start for the Steelers defense.
You wanted to bench him.
I did. Stepped up. Shotgun. Love. He's going to take the snap. He's looking. No pressure again. Now he gets hit as he throws. Out of bounds. Threw it away. Here we go. 3rd and long again. Steelers defense stepping up a little bit here, guys.
How's that Steelers flavored water?
Steelers flavored water is tasting like victory.
Let's see what they got here.
Here we go. 3 receivers set for Green Bay. It's 3rd down and long. They take the snap. Love is looking. He's going to throw it sideline. Good coverage by Joey Porter Jr. Incomplete. It's a 3-and-out for the Steelers defense. Now there's some pushing and shoving after the play between Golden and Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers get another big stop as the Packers will have to punt. So first half, it was all offense. Now it's all defense in the second half, at least thus far. Looks like a bad punt. Not the best punt from Green Bay, as the Steelers will take over at the 27. DK Metcalf will come on the field yet again, trying to expand on his 132-yard performance already. Rodgers in the shotgun, 3-receiver set for Pittsburgh. He will take the snap. He will go play action. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to bomb it down the field yet again. Caught by DK Metcalf. He's unbelievable.
Unbelievable, DK.
He mossed him, and another bomb from Aaron Rodgers. First down, Steelers.
I mean, look at that.
Just whoever number 33 is, he just mossed him.
He needs to be retired to suit
something Williams. Jordan Love can't believe it on the sideline. Now the Steelers are inside the Packers red zone at the 18. Come on, Steelers. Another 3-receiver set. Rodgers throws RPO. Caught. Muth. Gain of 9.
This is a must score.
Come on. Take the lead for good here. Take the lead for good here. Take advantage of the fact that Jair Alexander is not on this roster. Take advantage of it. I formation. This looks like a run to me. It will be a run. Jaylen Warren will pick up first down yardage, get down to the Packers 5-yard line. First down, Steelers.
Raji loves it.
Type those ones. Come on. Put it in. Pause. Under center, Rodgers again. This looks like a run.
I don't get it.
Darnell Washington in at fullback. Play action. Rodgers. Plenty of time. Throws end zone wide open. Touchdown. Move. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Steelers are an extra point away from the season high, 28 points.
Muth is a beast.
And he caught that one there, Coop.
Even though earlier in the game he couldn't catch a cold.
I guess so.
Raji definitely yelled at him.
Raji yelled at him to play better?
Yep.
Kick is up and good. Boswell makes it 28-21. Good hold, Mason. Good hold, Mason. Good job, kid.
We need to get a freaking stop now.
Yeah, well, they've gotten 2 stops already.
But this one's crucial.
This is a big drive here, because if the Steelers can get a stop, they got a chance to take a 2-possession lead late. That would be huge. Kick is away. It is caught by Green Bay at the 5. The return man doesn't get much, only to the 26. Good coverage for the Steelers special teams unit, and the rain is really coming down for Jordan Love and the Packers here.
Jordan Love is a West Coast guy. He's not used to the rain.
That's true. Is he from Utah?
No, I think he's from Cali.
He's from Cali. He went to school in Utah. Shotgun here for Love, 3-receiver set. It's going to be a handoff to Jordan. Oh, to Josh Jacobs. Doesn't get anything. Keanu Benson blew up the play. Loss of 3.
Type those 4s.
Type those. Yeah, well, we are going to the 4th quarter here. Type those 4s. One more quarter to go here. 28-21. Steelers lead. Aaron Rodgers has been bombing it down the field against his previous team all game long. DK Metcalf has what is it now? Almost 160?
Oh, more than that.
He's got an insane amount of yardage in this game.
Do we think Raji would rather play against the Packers or the Bears?
Bears. Mm-hmm. Under center. Love play action, roll out to the right. He's going to throw across his body. Somehow caught that ball, but it's a loss of 1.
Probably should have dropped that one.
That is a really awkward-looking football play there. 3rd down and 11. Steelers can get off the field yet again. Come on. Give me one more stop. One more stop. They go empty here with Love. 3 receiver set. 2 tight ends. No backs. Takes the snap. Love has to roll out to the left. He's going to look to run. And he has to slide short of the sticks. It'll be 4th down and 4. They're going to punt.
Are they?
I think so. Jordan Love is pissed. Good pursuit here by Minka and Alex Highsmith, though. And now the Steelers will have a chance to pretty much put this game away with a field goal.
Weird punt. I would have gone for it.
At your own 36?
Yep.
I don't think so. Kicks away. It's going to be fair caught at the 35, so good field position for Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers offense. Rodgers, 9 of 15 today, 246 passing yards, and 4 touchdowns. What a performance from Rodgers against his old team. They go under center. This looks like a run to me. They will run it with Warren. He's got some room. Picks up a first down. Still going to the 50. First down, Steelers.
Attaboy, Jalen.
Let's go, Jalen. You'd love to see it. You'd love to see it. Come on. By the way, with the clock winding down, this is our last call here to get in on the raffle. $5 to get in. 10 to get 3 tickets, 20 to get 10 tickets. Handoff here to Jalen Warren, gets 5. Second down and 5. Come on, baby. Clock continues to tick. Let's see if they hand it off again. Steelers trying to kill clock. Another first down, and it's going to be timeout time for Green Bay. Hand off to Jalen. Doesn't get it. No yards gained. 3rd down and 5. Do you pass or run this, Coop? I think I'm passing it. I'm putting it in the hands of Raji.
I think it's a run.
We'll see what the Steelers decide to do. I fear they may run it. No, they go empty here. They're going to pass this unless it's a quarterback draw. Trips to the right, doubles to the left. Spread formation. Rodgers will take the snap. They send blitz. He throws, wide open, caught, first down
fumble.
Steelers. Calvin Austin with the catch. First down Steelers. They're in field goal range now.
2-minute warning.
2-minute warning. Green Bay will have to start calling timeouts.
Look at the rain.
And even if they can stop Pittsburgh, Chris Boswell can put it away with a field goal make. Under center is Rodgers. This is where I think you run it 3 times. Handoff Warren. Good pickup on first, a gain of 7. Good pickup on first. It's a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. The Steelers are 3 yards away from winning this football game in Week 8 and improving to 4-3.
I was worried they were going to Matt Canada jet sweep there.
Yeah, I mean, never know. Madden,
He sent them in motion.
Madden loves them, some jet sweeps. Matt Canada must be working in their playbook department. Shotgun. Once again, a hand. Oh, my goodness. He is swallowed up. Pause by Kenny Clark.
He wasn't spat out.
Loss of 2. 2nd timeout, Green Bay.
He was completely swallowed.
Yes.
Whole.
Easy. 3rd down and 5. First down ends this football game. I would run this again and then trust Boz to make the field goal. No, they're going to pass it. Rodgers steps back.
What are we doing?
Now he's looking. He's going to look to run it. Does he get there? He does! First down, Raji!
And he didn't fumble!
And that's the game! Oh, and then he hit us with one of these, Coop, after the first down. Oh, my gosh. What a moment for Aaron Rodgers. Picking up the first down with his legs to put his old team away. They are in victory formation. The Steelers will win in Week 8. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Are they running an actual play here?
No way.
Just don't fumble it. Or are they just going to... They do run a play. Jalen, for the love of God, don't score. Okay.
Bro, why did they run a play?
I don't know. It seems a little risky, but first down for the Steelers, I guess. L.A. Bruck says discount double check.
Discount double check.
We're going to be doing a lot of this year, Coop. A lot of discount double checking here on Steelers Talk. All right, now they're back in victory. This will be the final snap of the game, and there it is. Steelers improve to 4-3 on the young campaign. They beat the Green Bay Packers.
Did they just want to pad Jalen's stats or what?
I guess so, man. Maybe he was, I don't know.
Did he have a bonus to hit?
I don't know. Maybe he had a bonus to hit or something. But that'll be the game, guys. Now we'll do the raffle, and we'll get out of here. And let's see if anyone followed me on Twitter.
Congratulations to the Steelers.
Let's see. No new followers on Twitter today. So no new. We've only got a select few people that could be walking away with a hat today.
Do have a decent amount of entries, though.
So let's see who comes away
Who's it gonna be?
with the Steelers Talk hat today.
Godspeed.
The wheel is away, and it is going to be Gary Frank! Gary, I told you, man, you were going to win one of these raffles one of these days.
Well-deserved, Gary.
Gary, you are getting a Steelers Talk hat in the mail. Appreciate you, Gary.
You have his info, right?
I have Gary's info. Okay. So that'll be it for today's show, guys. Thank you for spending part of your afternoon and evening talking some Steelers football with us. We'll catch you guys next time. Our next live show is on Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you guys then.
Peace.